Hello and welcome to the Healthy Homestead couple, where my wife and I are trying to create a healthy homestead for us to live in, which will then make us healthy. So we are focused on perennials right now, and we're just starting to transition into figuring out our annual crops. We have it separated where we're trying to utilize this edge of the forest and old growth perennials to boost production. So we have fruit trees on this edge. In our most sunny open corridor, we're going to be doing annual vegetables. So we've got 2 beds done now. Just finished the corn patch, and then we still need to do asparagus and a couple extra beds for veggies. And then beyond that, we have another edge of a forested area where we are doing perennial herbs and seasonings and things for health and making stuff tasty. So we've kind of got it sectioned off, and then every day we just try to do a little bit more. We both work full-time jobs, and looks like Vita wants to play fetch, so she is a fetcher, that's for sure. He just likes to hang out. That's Levi and that's Vita. But yeah, we both work full-time jobs, so just trying to show you my morning walkthrough before I go to work. It's my favorite way to start the morning, with a cup of coffee and checking out my fruit trees. We've got a fig right here. This is a Celeste fig. And then this is a Desert King. And I love these because they have a nice spring bumper crop. So we just put these in last year and we're already getting figs, and they are so delicious. We even got 1 or 2 last year, first year we put them in. We got this from a local farmer's market. We are in the Pacific Northwest, so we have a higher zone, but we don't have a long growing season. It doesn't get super cold, but the rain really cuts our season short in the cold nights. So some things that would work for our zone usually in a southern state are not going to work here because we're too far north. But this is a methley plum. This is a bubblegum plum. Levi is sitting in between 2 cherry trees. One is a dark pearl sweet dark cherry, and then the other one is Rainier cherry. Those are delicious, and they're more of like a reddish yellow. And then we have a more yellowish Emperor St. Francis behind there. That is our current bush. This is a bento cherry. This one is self-pollinating, so those 3 are pollination buddies. This one is kind of over here a little bit more on its own because it's self-pollinating. We might even get a couple cherries this year. I saw a bunch of flowers and maybe the start of some fruit down there. Lemon balm. This is mulberry and thornless blackberries, because I love blackberries, but I hate getting stabbed. And this whole field was blackberries. We had to get someone in a tractor to cut it down. Basically, we just got to stay on top of it and mow as much as possible, but they are still there. So whenever we do a tree hole or a garden bed, we have to dig out the roots, and even then they like to come back. And then this is our comfrey bush. This needs to get cut down and reset. I let it go a little bit too long. I'll probably just chop and drop this. This is a nectarine. This one's doing really well. We just put these in about a month or so ago. Another nectarine we just got in about a month ago. There's that currant I was talking about. The rest of these are blueberries. This is our blueberry row. Starting to set fruit. So that's exciting. I love blueberries. More mulberry. Can never have enough mulberry. I absolutely love mulberry. These went in last year. And they are starting to flower. So we might get a few mulberries this year. This is another nectarine. This one's doing really well. We put it in last year. It almost died, and then during the dormant season I dug it up and moved it somewhere to higher ground with a little bit more rocky soil. I think it had wet feet, but it looks great now, so don't really know what that was about, but we're happy it's doing well. This is lime balm, and then we've got another mulberry that is not doing so hot, but it looks like it's going to come back, and the never-ending thistle. I've already weeded this twice, and the thistle just don't stop. This is going to be another Methley plum. We tried to do a fig and mulberry, like kind of have them together for this one with our lemon balm and comfrey, but I don't know, they didn't come back. I think we put them out too late last year, and we got a freeze before they were really ready. So gonna switch it up and just do one Methley plum. Those work really great for us here. You can see even after digging up all the blackberry roots, they still find a way. And the thistle's just crazy. I've already weeded this twice as well. Comfrey and elderberry, motherwort and mugwort, mint and mulberry. That is more comfrey that I just chop and dropped, and that will restart here soon. Plumcot, a 50-50 mix between plum and apricot. I planted a bunch of radish and cover crop in here with the wood chips to try and cultivate the soil. It's really hard clay up in here, so we're just trying to add some organic matter, invite those worms in because they love those fresh roots from the cover crop, and these are doing great. So the wood chips help with water retention, and the cover crop helps to build soil. We're more into building soil than doing raised beds or getting new soil. These are our fig clones that we got from the last house we lived in. Have no idea what they are, but I loved the figs, and it did really well for the Pacific Northwest. So what we did was we took a bunch of cuttings before we moved and rooted those, and then let those overwinter in the pots we rooted them in. And then once the roots had kind of hardened off, we transplanted them out, and they're looking great. This is an Italian honey fig, also looking great. Was not doing well last year, but we moved it, and it seems to really like this area. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do in the soil to plant the trees. These are more clones. These are really starting to pop off, and looks like we even got some figs. So that's really exciting to see the figs on there. Vita's doing the walkthrough with us. She loves fetch and sniffing cover crop to see if she can find herself a little salad snack in the morning. For some reason she loves to eat just about anything, don't you, Vita? This is our corn patch. So I wanted to do living walkways. That way we could build soil and not get the ground so compacted. But what happened was I ran out of cover crop. So I did all this area in between the trees. I did all the area in between the plum cots, and then I made it to right there, and I ran out of seed. So then what I did was just created an extra row. I kind of edged these off to the side, and this needs to be weeded again. I just weeded this, but the thistle is crazy here. Added another row down here. Then we have a row right here, and these need to also be thinned out. I plant 4 seeds every 8 inches, and then I take the best of the best. And then we have another row here, and then we're back to the living walkway. Cover crop, corn, cover crop, corn, cover crop. This is going to be asparagus, and then we still have to work more beds up there, but it's very hard to get this grass out of here and dig the blackberry roots, so it's a slow game, and they still come back even when you dig down. So it is what it is. This is oregano, sun gold tomato cherry, sun sugar tomato cherry. This is Alice's Dream heirloom beefsteak, kind of like a yellow orange striped. We've been having trouble with deer, so everything needs to be fenced. And then I added these little semicircles onto the trellis so that the deer can't get at this. Our eggplant is starting to take off. They ate the peppers. I've never had them eat peppers before, so the deer are just kind of crazy right now. But usually we don't have to do anything for our peppers, but they are eating them this year, so that's new. Looks like they found something over there. Come on back, come on. This needs some love. We put it out a little too early. It got cold, and I'm probably gonna put some Kiss nutrient pack under there to try to boost that fresh growth and get it going again. This was supposed to be a beet bed, but I direct sowed, didn't get good germination. So now I'm just trying to find stuff, anything I can put in this bed so it's not a waste of space. So I had some extra banana peppers. This one got eaten, but it looks like it's okay, it's coming back. This one is just starting to flower. I've got 3 cucumbers that can go right here. As you can see, there's a couple beets, but overall they just didn't do well this year. So you're gonna have to rethink about maybe fencing this in, and maybe even putting bird netting in, because the birds have been really bad this year, and we just want to get that handled. This is a purple Cherokee tomato. Like I said, just trying to fill out this space. I found if you put fencing around the tomato cage, it really gives you a lot of extra bang for your buck for what you're going to get. These tomato cages, they just don't support a big tomato plant. But if you put the stakes in as far as you can, they're actually pretty good at holding, like anchoring in to the soil. They just don't provide a lot of support. So I put a fence around them, so then the tomato can get about 5 feet tall and have branches come through each one of these. It's a yellow zucchini. Seems like it takes the heat a little better than the green zucchini. That'll probably be our first harvest from the garden this year. Lime balm, lime balm, lime balm, just to get some pollinators up in here. Horseradish, green onion, and cilantro. Calendula, Dyer's chamomile, more calendula. Love flowers, and it's good for your skin. I make oils with it. This will be indigo, so that we can have dye, kind of make our own clothes. This is kind of a mixed bed. We have a baby elderberry in here. It's on the edge of the marshmallow patch. That's the marshmallow right there. And then it's got Dyer's chamomile, a little bit of pineapple sage, and calendula. Just kind of like extra stuff we had goes there. Rosemary, once again, kind of like seasonings, herbs, perennials, southernwood. This is our compost hole. So we like to do static compost with food scraps. So we just throw the food scraps in, dig the hole, put the food scraps in, add your wood chips, and then we're doing sunflowers all around that to kind of beautify and hide the hole a little bit and then build the soil with sunflowers, and then we get pretty flowers too. This is a ginkgo, really good for brain health. You can do a tea, tincture. You could do an oil, but usually tea or tincture is best for ginkgo. More calendula, because who doesn't like flowers? Persimmons. So this is a new Asian persimmon. We just put that in, so that's really good to see that new growth on there. And this persimmon was in a pot for 4 years. Someone gave it to us. It's kind of moved from place to place, and we finally got a home. So we decided to put that in the ground. Have no idea what kind it is. Hopefully it's self-pollinating. If not, hopefully the Asian will pollinate it. We did get a self-pollinating Asian just in case. That way, at least we get some persimmons from that. And I don't know how we're going to identify this to find it a pollinator if it needs one. Then we have mugwort and motherwort and lavender. And then over here, come here, Vita, come on. Over here we have another Alice's Dream tomato and our spaghetti squash. Come on, Vita, come on. And that's the homestead. We're working on it.